Welcome to our new series, the 200 Movie Challenge. Our goal this year is to watch 200 movies that we haven't seen yet. If you want to listen to the full podcast where this clip is from, the link will be in the description. Now enjoy today's movie.
Soto, I gotta talk about your second movie here because it's such a plain title, and then just kind of looking at it,
Yeah.
and I need to know because once I saw who was in it, I'm like, is this funny? Because I will admit, we've talked about him quite a few times, and he has some great hits. And there's other movies like, what the fuck were you thinking? So, Soto, I needed, it's true. But yeah, tell me about your next movie.
So the next movie I saw is a movie I had no idea about. This was, hey, I went to my wife and said, I'm gonna cook, just pick a movie. So when I'm done, we're done eating, we'll just watch a movie. And the person you're referring to is Will Ferrell, who
Yep.
stars in this. It's called The House. Never heard of this movie at all. I never even knew this was a movie. Never saw a trailer for it.
Neither have I.
I don't even know what year. Like it came out like pre-COVID, I think too,
I
right?
think it said 2017 or 2019. Those 2017.
Yeah,
I just looked it up.
I'd never heard of this movie. And you're right. Like Will Ferrell is not everybody's cup of tea, and that's exactly what I kept saying, throughout this movie. And I'll just briefly talk about what it's about. It's so they have so you have Will Ferrell and you have Amy Poehler, and they're playing parents to this girl who wants to go to the college that they themselves met in and fell in love, and they're excited for her to go to college. She gets in and everything like that, and then they find out that the town is no longer doing like the scholarship that will pay for their daughter to go to that college. And so, what do you think happens, right? Now they got to figure out a way to make money, right?
Hmm.
Because they got it. They got to send their kid to college. Now they can't tell her what they're going to be doing because what they end up doing is they end up getting with a friend who's going through his own midlife crisis and terrible shit. But they end up coming up with an idea that they're going to have a casino, like an off the books casino at their friend's house, like down the street.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's the setup. The girl needs to go to college. They set up a casino that's illegal, and shenanigans ensue. Um, and again, I think that your mileage for a movie like this is really going to go as far as how much you can deal Will Ferrell, because everybody can deal Will Ferrell in his hits. And as we know, comedians certainly have their misses. I mean, I for one think that Kevin Hart is absolutely one of the funniest people in the world. But you saw Lift,
All
and
right.
that's one of
Mind
the
you, that
worst
was not
movies
a
that he saw.
comedy. That was not a comedy. I'll leave it at that.
Maybe that was the problem. But like it's this movie. There's nothing original in this movie. Are there moments that really made me laugh? Yes. Um, are there performances and jokes that really made me laugh? Are there cringy parts too? Yeah. Uh, but it doesn't pretend to be anything else than it is. It's Will Ferrell being weird and having some scenes that he clearly improvised, and some jokes hit and some didn't. But for the most part, I wasn't mad about this movie. Um, Insanely predictable. So you know exactly. I bet in your mind right now you can probably figure out how this is all going to go, and what happens, and the daughter and all that stuff. But I thought it was I thought it was a decent like throwaway comedy. If you got, if you're trying to be like, oh, what's on tonight? Like, let's watch something. I like Will Ferrell. Um, I don't think you could do any wrong with this. I mean, look, I like Land of the Lost. I'm in the minority with that.
Yeah, you
I
are.
understand that I'm in the minority with that, but I also like Danny McBride as a comedian. I think he makes me laugh in everything that he's in. Um, so he was also in Land of Lost. And Land of Lost is again not great, objectively speaking. That's like more of a personal cult hit. Uh, but this one I think is I was surprised that it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be going in, because it looked like, well, I had never heard of the movie, and it was a random Will Ferrell movie, and I'm like, this could be really bad, because I've seen Kicking and Screaming, which is not great either.
No.
But overall, I found, again, you watch a comedy, you're trying to laugh, and I laughed during this movie a few times. Yeah, definitely.
You're like, let me count the ways. How many times did I laugh?
Yeah, I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, no, there were definitely some funny parts. I mean, am I ever gonna watch the movie again? Probably not. Would I ever buy this movie as part of my, to complete my Will Ferrell collection? No,
Oh,
I won't. But no, but I mean, like, if I was renting this on a Saturday night, you watch something that you never watch again. Like, this is a perfect blockbuster movie.
Oh, well, you know what? That makes sense. That makes absolutely sense.
You're like, oh wow, what's this new Will Ferrell movie that's like got 2 rows in the middle of the new release wall? Like, which one is this one? Oh, I haven't heard of it yet. I should rent this and watch it. Oh, it wasn't that bad. I'll never watch it again.
It's got Will Ferrell. Yeah. Yeah. No.
That's how people do it, man.
I remember. I know we can go in
Love that
blockbuster
movie,
stories and just like, yeah. Yeah, I see a lot of people coming to rent it and it just be rented out and people being pissed. So,
bringing up the placard card up to you, being like, "You have this?" Like, you're holding the empty display thing. No, I don't have it. Like, and you bringing me that from the shelf doesn't make me magically take one out from the back.
I just checked the bin. Well, can you check it again? No one's been here. Oh,
Somebody just dropped one off. You check see what they dropped off, and they would make you go to check to see what somebody just dropped off, just in case. You never know; it might be the one. That's what this movie is. This movie would have made bank at Blockbuster Video.
yeah. It's amazing. I mean, it's sad how much movies lose on rentals nowadays because obviously, well, there is no rentals. But anyhow, Soto, yeah, you saw the house, gambling, Will Ferrell, laughed at a few parts.
It did. And I'm looking at where to rank this right now. It's a tough one.
Comedies can be tough sometimes. Sometimes you think about it later and you're just like, eh.
I can't put this above Velocipaster because that is just a genius film.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to find where that is on your list. Oh, yeah, 46. Yeah, no, I'm looking at that right now. Yep, 46. Right above the
I'm going to say that this movie is going to be my number 49 movie. Middle of the road, right under Sinister. That's where this is going to go.
49.
The House, starring Will Ferrell. Yep. There were some scenes where I did laugh heartily and a lot. I've watched some really bad movies this year, man. So if it's middle of the road, I tend to kind of look at it a little bit better because it didn't make me mad. Which I've said in so many different videos, throughout this entire year where I'm like, I wasn't mad at this movie. This was one of those movies.